I feel like I'm doing everything right and my knees still hurt. Let's meet Judy. Judy is our buddy today. We're going to be using her as our arthritic recovery model as we work through this turning the street lights on analogy. She's 68. She has mild OA, so not moderate, not severe, but pretty light, mild. And she has it in both knees. And she is seeing me for training for a multi-day guided bike tour in Ireland. And this is, in essence, what she told me on the first day is, I feel like I'm doing everything right and my knees still hurt. At this point, she had been, having arthritic pain symptoms in her knees for many years. And they weren't actually worse on the bike. On the bike, she was in her happy place, 40 miles a week for the last 4 to 6 months as she was training. She's far from sedentary. She, at some weeks, will do 2 cycling classes in a day, but she's frustrated. She's got this nagging knee pain that affects her mostly when she walks. She's been doing everything she was told. Low impact cardio, resting on bad days, and ibuprofen when it flares. Judy is most concerned about is losing a week of training for her trip because of this knee pain. Maybe this sounds familiar. I don't want to also pigeonhole your arthritic symptoms is a big umbrella of symptoms. It can be sharp, dull, achy, throbbing, can be on the surface, it can be deep. Just know that when we're talking about arthritic symptoms, I'm most likely going to use pain just because it doesn't get until pain till people start calling me. I wish it was in the other ranges, but it isn't. So what Judy hasn't done, besides the low impact cardio, the rest on bad days, and ibuprofen, is load the joint through its full available range under any resistance. That cycling motion, it very much keeps her fit. She's working on her heart. She's getting that peripheral blood flow, but she's training just, 3/4 of her knee range. So she's not going all the way to the full bend or the full extension, which leads to a stiffness that turns into swelling, that turns into pain when she is off the bike. So I call this her joint supply, limited on the top and the bottom of her joint. It is something we're gonna go into a case. The active example will be for that today, and it is true of every joint in our body. I use the knee a lot because that's probably the most common reason people see me with arthritis is in the knee. But your ankle can, most likely will have a stiffness. A hip has like a mobility restriction most commonly and pain. So she's losing the joint supply, what her joint is capable of at either end of straight and bending. And this is true of all the joints. So when I first approach this with folks, I have to mention that arthritis is a terrain navigation problem, not a verdict, not a sentence that we work around, but we design movement for this terrain problem. We do not, in my case, accept that we cannot do anything with this joint, because I find, and what my clients find, is that there's a much bigger usable range than you think. So your severity tells you where to start and not where to stop.